In case you missed it, in part 1, we talked about what it's like living in a fifth wheel versus a Super C. Things like space, storage, and day-to-day comfort. But honestly, this is where things really start to separate, because once you hit the road, driving, towing, and maintaining these two setups is a completely different experience. So here's part 2. We're Dave and Karen from Watts on Wheels. We roll, we camp, and yeah, we play. Just so you know, our fifth wheel was pulled by a heavy-duty truck, a Volvo 780, and now we're in a Renegade Super C. So what we're sharing here is based on actually traveling with both, not just specs on paper. Let's start with driving, because that's probably the biggest difference right out of the gate.
Yeah, it is. Well, driving a heavy-duty truck and towing your fifth wheel behind you is a whole lot different than driving a Super C, where you're one unit. It's totally different driving.
For example, merging into highways or climbing hills or going up different grades or even coming down, you felt like you had solid control with a heavy-duty truck. One of the biggest differences we noticed was braking, especially going downhill.
Especially with your engine brakes. The engine brake in the Super C seems to have a lag time to it. When you put it on and put it all the way on, it still has a lag time, where with the heavy duty truck, as soon as you put it on, boom, that engine brake was there. You learn to compensate.
Yeah, I mean, the Super C did well. I mean, it does well, but it's just a different feel. And the engine brakes isn't quite as aggressive, right?
True.
And it takes a little more planning to manage your speed going downhill, or
A little bit of forethought.
or merging into traffic.
The heavy duty truck, I mean, that thing was designed to pull 100,000 plus pounds, where the Super C is not designed to pull that much weight.
Just to mention, if you're towing a fifth wheel with the pickup truck, it's going to work even harder, especially if you're going uphill or having to brake coming downhill.
Yeah, you're going to work that little truck to death. Plus, with that big heavy duty truck compared to the Super C, you had more of a gear selection in the heavy duty truck. So that really helped a lot as far as going uphill and downhill.
Overall, both setups handle the road well. It's just a different feel behind the wheel.
That's all it is, yeah.
Now let's talk about towing, because that is when things really start to separate.
Towing's everything. It all depends upon the truck, hitch, and setup. Like with the HDT, it's a very stable platform as far as towing goes. It's designed to tow. Right, and you go through crosswinds or anything, that baby just keeps on track, straight as an arrow, and you don't even feel the trailer swagging behind you at all.
And for us, we even took it a step further, because we carried our smart car on a freedom hauler behind the fifth wheel. Now, some people consider that to be double towing, but it's really not.
Because that's attached to the RV frame in two locations. I mean, it's an extension of the RV.
So you could back up.
Absolutely. That's what it's designed to do. So you can back up. You don't have to go out and detach whatever you're towing if you have to back up for any reason.
Big advantage.
There's been a couple reasons we had to back up, but we're not going to get into that.
But of course, having the heavy-duty truck, the fifth wheel, and the freedom hauler with our smart car on it, that made us super long.
Yeah, 76 feet long.
Yeah. Now with the Super C, towing is a completely different mindset.
We can flat tow a vehicle, but if we if we have flat towing and we have to back up, you have to run out and unhook the flat tow. And we also keep the freedom hauler and made that so it also works with the Super C. So if we have to back up, we can.
But if we are flat towing our Jeep or something like that, if you miss a turn or you get into a tight spot, you're disconnecting.
And then sometimes you got those turns where you say, yeah, I can make it. And it turns out you can.
Yeah, because if you're flat towing, You really got to pay attention to your space going
Yeah.
forward, and especially since backing up just isn't something you can count on. So when you do the Freedom Hauler behind the Super C, it's just like you did behind the fifth wheel.
Exactly.
So you could still back it up and
Yeah,
such,
it all hooks up the same as it did behind the fifth wheel.
With fifth wheel, the pivot point is over the axle, so everything follows more naturally. With the Super C, you know, you're pulling from the very back of the coach, so you're much more aware it's behind you when you're turning or maneuvering. And also, you got to keep in mind, if you're using a pickup truck, your experience with towing is going to be completely different there too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We've actually done a full comparison about the HDT versus using a pickup truck to haul a fifth wheel, and I'll link those videos down below. So now there's something that really surprised us: maneuverability, and where you can actually go or not go. So our fifth wheel setup, as we mentioned, was 76 feet total, and with the Super C, we were 50 feet when we have the Freedom Hauler or we have the Jeep behind us. So the shorter overall length of the Super C definitely opens up more campground options, especially state parks.
With the Super C, and even if you're flat towing the Jeep, when you go to put it into a campsite, you have to disconnect the Jeep anyway. So that takes you from 50 feet down to 40 feet, which makes it even easier.
So we went from 76 down to 40.
Yeah, that's shaving a little off.
But turning is completely different between the heavy duty truck and the Super C.
But the turning radius on the heavy duty truck was a much tighter of a radius than the Super C. The two front wheels turned more than Super C does.
So the truck can actually make tighter turns when the Super C can't do that. Yeah, so the Super C, you've got a longer wheelbase, so you need more room to make your turn. So now you're a whole lot shorter, but your turning radius is actually larger.
Yeah.
That took a little getting used to, didn't it, Dave?
Oh, it's still getting used to it at times.
And if you've got the Jeep behind, you really have to plan out the turn.
Yeah.
To make sure you can get out of wherever it is you're going.
Yeah, because as you're turning, you say, I don't want to blow this one. Because you can't back up.
And again, it's just something you got to get used to.
Yeah.
So while the Super C fits into more places, the fifth wheel setup can actually be more forgiving when it comes to the tighter turns. It's just a different way of thinking when you're driving.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about what travel days are actually like, because this is a big one, especially for me. Because with the fifth wheel, once you're rolling, you're pretty much committed until you stop. You know, if you want food, drinks, or the bathroom, you got to kind of plan ahead for that or pack ahead of time. With the Super C, everything is accessible while you're moving.
Especially the bathroom.
Yep. Or if you want a sandwich, you want a snack.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right there. So, and that completely changes the rhythm of your day, I think. And you stop less, you plan less, it's just easier.
It is.
And honestly, we didn't realize how big of a difference that would make until we started traveling that way. We already talked about setup in part 1, but from a traveling standpoint, it matters too, because with the fifth wheel, every stop involves hitching, unhitching, chocks, leveling, tripod, all of it. With the Super C, it's basically park, level, and you're done. So now, maintenance is another area where these two setups are pretty different. With the fifth wheel, you've got more components to deal with, more tires, more brakes, wheel bearings, and you're maintaining two separate pieces, the truck and the RV.
Yeah, two separate whole systems. There's more RV upkeep on fifth wheel, like as far as seams, the roof, and caulking.
Oh, your favorite, caulking.
My favorite, caulking.
It really seems like you're always working on something.
Always. Always. But with the Super C, there's less external seams, so really there's not much to caulk. And it's only one unit I got to take care of there too. It just feels like simpler overall.
Yeah. But there's something we didn't expect. Even though the Super C is built on a Class 8 truck chassis, when you take it in for its service, some shops tend to want to charge you as if it were an RV.
Right.
Semi-truck engine shops often charge 20% to 50% more for labor on diesel RVs, Class A or Super Cs, compared to semi-trucks, largely due to difficult access, lack of engine bays, and complex custom luxury components.
So then you have to go round and round with them, tell them, no, it's a Class A truck. There's no difference than that truck sitting over there than this truck sitting here. Once you get past the cab, there's a difference, but not at the cab and the engine. It's all the same.
Let's talk about cost, because that's a big one.
That's the big one.
And this is where things could really separate, depending on how you get into each setup.
Well, if you you can get into a heavy-duty truck setup with a nice heavy-duty truck.
Used.
And a used fifth wheel for easily under 200,000, easily.
Oh yeah.
And have a nice unit doing it.
You could actually, if you really work at it, you could probably get them both for under 100 or
probably if you know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and if as far as doing a conversion on the truck to an RV hauler, it all depends on how fancy you want to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just change the toe plate and that should do it. But if you start adding beds and all the fancy stuff on it, well, price goes up.
For a used Super C, for a smaller, lower horsepower, you're probably starting at around 100,000. You get to the larger ones with the bigger horsepower, you're probably going to be well over 200,000. And if you've ever checked them when they're new, you know they're extremely pricey. So right out of the gate, it is a much bigger investment.
It is.
Yeah, the fifth wheels can depreciate pretty quickly over time, whereas the Super C seems to retain its value.
Right.
A lot better. But on the flip side, with the fifth wheel setup, you're usually insuring two vehicles instead of one. So there's more costs associated with that too.
You got 2 tags, 2 insurances.
Oh, and the other thing is, fuel is a bit of a trade-off as well.
Oh, yes. The Super C gets a better gas mileage or fuel mileage, I should say.
I think we were getting about 2 more miles per gallon.
About 2.5 more
with the
miles
Super
a
C
day.
over the heavy-duty truck.
Yeah. And everybody knows what the cost of diesel these days. Every penny counts.
There's no clear winner. It really depends on your budget and how you plan to use it. I mean, lower upfront cost versus long-term value. That's really the trade-off.
Yeah.
So, which one is better?
Honestly, they both are. I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another.
It really comes down to how you travel.
Yeah, it comes down to your personal lifestyle.
If you'd like to stay longer, want more living space, and don't mind a little more setup, the fifth wheel might make more sense. But if you move often, want simpler travel days, and like having everything with you while you're on the road, the Super C, is hard to beat.
Makes all the sense, too.
So for us, what do you think?
For us, right now, our lifestyle, I'd say we're in the Super C crowd.
Yeah, back when we had all the toys with us and we were just bouncing around all over the place, it worked well with the heavy-duty truck.
Oh, yeah.
Our Spiders with us, but now I'd have to agree, the Super C works best for us.
There's still moments where I say, well, I wish I had the truck. But no, those moments are getting fewer and fewer.
So that's our real-world experience comparing fifth wheel to Super C when it comes to driving, towing, and maintenance. And if you're running either setup, fifth wheel or Super C, tell us what you like better and why in the comments below there. Thanks for rolling with Watts on Wheels. Want to help our channel grow? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell, or we'll come Jeep chasing you. Hey, and leave us a comment. Even a quick hello makes our day. So roll, camp, play, and maybe fix something and have a beer.